Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to do a couple things. We are opening up a box set I had collected that is from the Lionel 2003 Volume 2 catalog. The Southern Crescent Limited 462 PS4 Pacific locomotive with 4 cars, and then it also came with a 2-car set and a Station Sounds Diner that were available. And this is part of the series that at one point in time, back in the MPC era, Lionel made the Blue Comet, the Chicago Alton, and the Crescent Limited set in MPC. And you see those run quite a bit. I've seen them several times on YouTube channels and on Facebook posts. And this is just the scale version of those with newer technology than, obviously what MPC had. And I collected all 3 sets, as I said in my last video. And I actually had this set up for sale. I had never opened it. How you can tell on one of these sets, if it's never been opened, is if you look at the wire tie on the trucks and the packing material to keep the trucks from shifting, and you have the diaphragm still sealed. These are actually taped to the styrofoam. They're still sealed in the plastic, because to get those out you have to tear the plastic open. And then also when you take the original, the main box cover off of the set, because these are monster sets, you'll see like the plastic is still super tightly wrapped around all the boxes from when it's put in there from the factory, and there's no wrinkles in the plastic. So I had this set for sale on Facebook Marketplace, and the only bites I got were people wanting me to ship it. But since I'd never opened it and run it, I wasn't really comfortable with shipping it. So I took it down off Marketplace, and I took it to the train show last weekend, and here in St. Louis, the Boeing train show, and tried to sell it there and didn't get any bites. I did open up the locomotive while I was there because I wanted people to be able to see it. And once I opened it, I was like, I'm not sure I want to sell this one. This is a very cool locomotive. It's so much different than my other Pacifics. So as I said, this came from the 2003 Volume 2 catalog, and it was $1,399.99, and you had a 2-car add-on and a Station Sounds Diner available for it, which are here, and $229 for the 2-car set and $269.99 for the Station Sounds Diner. And I thought we were coming in at a really good price at $1,100 and someone would snag it, but they didn't. And it doesn't hurt my feelings. When things don't sell, I don't get mad, because maybe this is one I shouldn't have sold. And now that I've opened it, I'm super impressed by it. I had someone make a comment on one of the Facebook posts that these engines had a problem with running, and I didn't experience that. I've already run it, and it's running and smoking great, and there's no wobble to it or anything. So I'm not sure what that guy was talking about. So we also have down on the tracks, you're going to see the Chicago and Alton. And one of my biggest regrets is I had this whole entire set. Well, let's back up. I bought the Lionel Legacy version for my very first steam engine, and it was just the locomotive. Then I found, and that was from like 2012 or 2014, somewhere in there. And then I found on eBay a set of 4 cars that had like green windows, and it had the really brittle trucks. So when they got here, the trucks were broken. I had to spend a ton of money getting those fixed. And so I had the locomotive in Legacy with those 4 cars, but I could never find a 2-car add-on for it. So I decided to buy this Chicago and Alton set from 2002 Volume 2. And it came with the 4 cars with clear windows, which I liked much better. 6-wheel trucks on the cars, and they weren't the brittle trucks. And I ran the engine a few times and decided that I would sell the engine with my 4 cars with green windows. So I did, and now I regret that. So I'll probably have to find this engine again to put back with the set, just to keep it right. You know, typically you don't want to break stuff up. Then the first of the sets, which I showed you the other day, was the blue Comet set, and that was in 2002 Volume 1. And I started looking through this catalog. I'm going to put a feeler out there to you guys that one of the only things left that I want in Lionel. So I have all of the high-level aluminum sets. This is actually the add-on page. So I have the 4 Amtrak cars with the 2-car add-on and the station sounds. I have the Santa Fe 4 with the 2-car add-on and the station sounds. And I have the 2-car add-on and station sounds for the New York Central. But I do not have the 4-car set. So if anyone comes across a 4-car set for sale somewhere, and it needs to be like new to mint condition, I would be interested in buying that. So please keep a lookout for that for me. And you know, 2002, 2003 were really good years in my opinion for Lionel. The stuff isn't quite as detailed, but I mean, I have this set, and the engines didn't have any issues. And you know, as I look back through these catalogs, if we start in 2002, I sort of have some regrets now, because this was a year of some really cool scale engines, and I sold them all to buy Lionel Legacy engines. So let's get to, we already looked at those guys, so let's keep turning till we get to some scale stuff. So the scale T1, I actually sold this to a guy here in town named Austin. I sold it for $450, and now it's gained a lot of value. And I just did that a couple years ago, and I sold it because it didn't have the Odyssey system in it for speed control. Or I'm sorry, it does have Odyssey system for speed control, but I decided I wanted the MTH Premier T1 instead, with Proto 3 in it. So I'll probably end up finding this engine again. I know my friend Tim was just selling one on Facebook Marketplace for $600. I probably should have snagged that one. But I had a few flaws in it, so I decided to pass. Then I had this Dreyfus, and everyone knows Lionel's releasing it with Legacy in 2023. I sold my Dreyfus to my friend Chris with the 6 aluminum car passenger set for like $900 about 2 years ago, in order to buy my Vision Line Niagara. So that money went toward that. Then I had this engine and sold it for $350 to my friend Tim, who then sold it back to me when he sold his collection. And then I sold it again for, I don't know, $350. Then my friend Tim decided he wanted to get back into trains. We built him a layout last year, or at least a board to start on the layout. And he just recently bought my, just 2 months ago, my J606. So a lot of great engines in 2002. A lot of great scale stuff. You know, they were still doing a lot of the 15-inch cars, aluminums. So here's the 4-car sets. And I have this engine to go with my Santa Fe's, and I chose a little bit different engine to go with the Amtrak's. And then this is the 4-car set I need. If anyone can find it, it is the New York Central Superliner 4-pack. And that is number 15300. All right, so enough about the catalogs. And yeah, I mean, geez, what an awesome thing to open up a set that is brand new. And one thing I like about 2002 to 2003 Lionel is I don't see the cosmetic defects, and I've never had one of the engines not work. You know, I've had a smoke unit go out, but that's, you know, after running it for a long time. That's going to happen. You got to get it repacked or whatever. So let's go down and see what's on the rails. Here is the Southern. Look at the detail on this engine. I love it. I mean, all of the feed water heater detail, the detail at the front of the cab here compared to what you have on the Legacy version. Different style Pacific, I get, but this is just a beautiful engine. Then we fire up the remote. I don't even have this one programmed yet. It's just in there as number 1. Nice whistle. Then if we go to my Legacy engine, this is probably the worst whistle I've ever heard. There's the whistle, Steve. And one of your biggest differences between, say, a 2002, 2003 steamer and a, say, 2012, 2014, visually is just simply going to be, this uses a real coal load. This has a cast coal load. It'll work fine. Going around the layout, you can't tell much difference. So let's go ahead and get these guys going. Alright, move him up to about 70. There goes the smoke unit. I only opened up one car because they're sort of a pain in the butt to open up and get all the wire ties off. Just so you can see what color the passenger cars are. Now, let's check this guy out. Lionchief Plus, or just Lionchief. I'm sorry, there's no plus because this is a box set. So this is the Budweiser set. I thought appropriate for green beer and St. Patrick's Day. This is a K-line aluminum Budweiser tanker. The little set came with the locomotive, the vat car, or the barrel car. I added on the barrel car here. Then this was included in the original box set, this little horse car where the horses come in and out. And there is the end car, so the little coach, and the Budweiser King of Beers car. So this is run by the Lionchief remote here. Here we go. So I figure in honor of St. Patrick's Day weekend, we have the green beer haul going on. And we have a green train. Sunday, St. Patrick's Day run. We talked a little bit about Lionel in 2002 and 2003. And, you know, otherwise, updates to the train room. Found a new home for my Comet or Vanderbilt standard gauge set up there. And have to decide what to do with all of these engines and rolling stock. And we have more engines and rolling stock. And then this room, I need to get cleared out because I just saw at Lowe's they're discontinuing my paneling. And it's time to finish this side of the basement. So I guess I'm going to move all of these shelves with all of these trains up into the garage, so that I can build out this side of the train room and get ready to sell some stuff, because obviously all this isn't going to fit back in here. And I'm just to the point where if I'm not going to run it, it's time to get rid of it, because it's just annoying having too much stuff jam-packed into the train room area. So shifting from being a collector to more so just a runner, and if it's not going to be run ever, it's time to get rid of it. Unless I open it up and make the mistake of opening up, I should say, and running it and loving it like I did with this set right here. Well, hope everyone enjoyed the video and you're having a great Steam Sunday, and I will talk to you all next time. See ya.